back to my channel. If you guys haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. If you guys are new, my name is Alicia. I am going to be doing the demo and review on this beauty right here. This is the new Sephora Collections Pro Palette in the Warm. Look how stunning these shades are. I mean, they have a great arrangements of a lot of matte colors. There are satin finishes and also some chrome finishes. The look I came up with was like a smoky dramatic cranberry look with a little bit of copper just on the center of the lids with some lashes, dramatic wing, and also I paired it with the Sephora Collection Lip Stain 23, which is my favorite coppered blush. So if you guys are interested on this look and this demo and review, please keep on watching. Okay, so here we go. This is the newest palette by Sephora Collection. This is the Pro Pigment palette in the Warm collection. This is a beautiful soft matte finish. The letterings obviously is in gold because it's the Warm palette. The trimming of this is beautiful. It has nice gold details. The back just tells you a little bit about it. This palette features 28 high pigment, high performance shades in chrome, matte, shimmers, and satin finishes. It's pretty heavy. I'm not sure if you guys have a chance to hold this, but I mean, it is pretty heavy. I'm so excited to open this together with you guys. Of course, create a really cool look. So, I'm just gonna open this guy and see how it looks like inside. Pretty cool. It comes with like a little face chart here. You could do a natural eyed look. You could do like a warm smoky look. You could do a defined and even dimensional. Oh, there's more. Oh no, that's a different language. I was like, oh, there's more. It's pretty neat of Sephora to come out with these little charts here to kind of create looks for you. I believe that these charts are from the pro artists, so it's really nice of them to share their tips and tricks. This is the palette. Again, you get that nice matte finish, this beautiful gold trimming. It's still standard black all around. It's a nice hard case. The back of it is pretty simple and standard. It just says Sephora Pro. So let's just open this bad boy up. So this is how it looks like. Sorry, it's so heavy. I'm like, I don't want to drop it. One thing I noticed, it came with this transparent sheet that tells you all the shade names here. A lot of the times, the back of the palette would tell you the names of the shadows, or not all of the time, but yeah, I do notice that some of the palettes do have the names of the shades on the back, or actually on the palette itself. This one here just comes with a transparent sheet. It's kind of neat that you do have this so that way you don't get any fallout and kind of dirty the mirror. Also comes with a full-size mirror. It's pretty sturdy. I mean, you can fold it right side up and it won't flop over. It's pretty great. If you're traveling, oh, just kidding, it just fell back. I guess, okay. I guess it doesn't do that. But this is great for traveling. You know, you have a full-size mirror, you don't have to bring another one. I mean, it should, there we go, I got it to stand up. But if you're traveling, this is great. You can use this as a vanity. You can stand it up on the dresser. This is a really good, sturdy palette. Noticing the first row here is all matte finishes, which is great. And then I have some other like shimmer chrome finishes and mattes and other chrome finishes, matte, and the last one here has majority of the matte and a few of the satin finishes. As an artist, it's great to have a lot more mattes because you can use it for transition colors, different complexions, and I just feel like it's a little bit more versatile when you have more mattes than the shimmers. My preference is that I like more matte finishes rather than a whole bunch of shimmers. This palette is really similar to the Huda Beauty, the Heat palette, and also the Modern Renaissance. I'm gonna pull those palettes out to do a side-by-side comparison to see how close and similar those palettes are to this Sephora Pro. This is the Modern Renaissance palette, and you can see that it's pretty similar to the Warm palette. It has some burgundies, it has some shimmers, it has some nice burnt oranges and siennas, pretty similar, has some nice bone colored, and yeah, this is a really comparable palette. Here is the Huda Beauty. If some of you guys remembered or seen my video, you can't fold this, so I can't really hold it that well, and there are a lot of fallouts for the top colors here, so I'm gonna try my best to hold these next to each other because this is a little hard because I just dug my finger in here. But you can see that it has a lot of pinks and again some nice warm colors, great transitional colors. It has the black, it has the rose color, pretty similar. And the third palette I have to compare is the Urban Decay Heat palette. The Heat palette here, you can see it's just more of the warm colors. It doesn't have too much of these lighter colors or this yellow. or some of these transition colors. So this one here only just has like the warm colors. I mean, you can see that it has these colors here. Overall, you can tell that this Pro palette has a little bit of everything in there. Again, it's very, very similar. Renaissance is beautiful. You get a lot of pigmented colors. It's very creamy, as well as the Huda Beauty. However, the pearled shadows, you have to foil them, otherwise you get a whole bunch of fallouts. And the recent palette that I got, which is the Urban Decay Heat palette, is just as amazing. Has a little bit of everything. It doesn't have any fallouts. It's very creamy and textured and so smooth, easy to blend. Cannot wait to try these shadows out, as I can feel it's really creamy because I just dug my finger into this one by accident by holding this palette. I move on and I'm gonna read a little bit about this product. This is the new Sephora collection, Sephora Pro palette. This is a limited edition and this values at $68. This is a Sephora Pro warm eyeshadow palette. This is the description of this palette. A deluxe eyeshadow palette with 28 warm story shades, complete with a how-to tutorial pamphlet written by Sephora Pro artists. Leading artists' limited list expertise. 15 top makeup artists handpicked for the superior skill, unprecedented creativity, and ability to inspire through education makeup the Sephora Pro team. Influenced by fashion, photo shoots, and social media, Sephora Pro artists came together for the first time ever to present this Pro eyeshadow palette for any photo-ready need. It features 28 high pigment, high performance shades in chrome, matte, shimmer, and satin finishes to create endless looks in rich, velvety, warm shades and golden textures that light up your eyes. The palette comes with simple instructions, application techniques written by Sephora Pro so you can achieve unique looks with ease. See, I knew that came from the Sephora Pro team because that's just what they do. They're so amazing. All in all, the shadows contain antioxidants, vitamins A's and E's for extra hydration and smooth application. So that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna move on with some swatches and go from left to right on each row. My arm is not going to be long enough for this. I mean, I don't know how to do this. I guess it's just gonna be like this and then the sides that way, I guess. Okay, hopefully my arm is not too dry. So the first color here is Canvas. Ooh, it's a bit creamy. I mean, you can see it's kind of has a little bit of fallout, but that's only because it's so creamy. So oh my god, I hope my arm is not dry. But this is the color Canvas. And mind you, I don't have any primer. This is just my natural dry-ish arm that I'm applying the shadows on. And this is Canvas. This is like a nice bone color, like an even wash to use on the lids. This color here is Oats. This color is a little bit on the warmer side, and this is Biscotti. It's more like a nice nude color. You can't really see it on my arm. This color is a little bit warmer. It's called Camel. There's Orchard, and I love this because it's like yellow. It's so pretty. It's like a mustard yellow. Look at that. Woo! Saddle. This is Auburn. It's gonna be the first shimmer color, which is colored Sand. Look at that. Now that's reflecting pretty damn well. This is a chrome finish shade and this is Brass. This is a matte colored Clay. Wow, this is very rich. I like this. It's like a nice terracotta color. This next shade is a Satin, which is Copper. A nice beautiful bronzy color. Speaking of bronze, this is Bronze and this is another satin finish. Matte colored and it's called Adobe. That's so pretty. It's a nice orangey apricot-y color. Sandstone. Now that's a really like vibrant coral orange. That was only the first 2 rows that I swatched. I'm gonna move on to the 3rd row. This is a pretty color. This is Hazelnut. Khaki. Khaki is pretty khaki. It has a nice taupey undertone. Here is a chrome finish and this is the color Peach. Oop. This is the chrome finish color, which is called Peach. Not too pigmented as I thought it was going to be. It's definitely more flaky than Pigment. It is a beautiful sorbet color. So I can already tell that this needs to be foiled. Oh, this one's a nice one. This is brick. This color's pretty. This is brick. You see, they're both chrome finishes, but this one swatched a little bit better than this one. I don't know. I'm still torn on this color. I'm gonna try it again. Yeah. This color here, terracotta, was a color I grew up wearing on my lips. I'm sure a lot of you guys experience that color. Now this is a true terracotta color. There we go. This one is called Burnt Umber. That's funny because, oh, the heat palette's not Umber, it's Ember. I thought it was the same shade. Oh, I thought it was the same name, but I didn't know it was a different shade. Actually, yeah, it is a different shade. Once again, this is Burnt Umber. This is like a mauve-y, I don't know, like a purple dark rose, and this one here is called Chestnut. Last row here only has 2 satin finishes and the rest are all matte. And I literally don't have any room on my arm to do this, so it's just gonna be here. This one here is Brown Sugar. I don't like that color too much. So this one is pretty similar to the peach color. You can't really see it, but it's like, it has like glitter more than pigment, and it's hard to really swatch it. So this will have to definitely be foiled as well too. Caramel, Sepia, in a nutshell, Cocoa. Cocoa is really nice. It has a beautiful red undertone. Eater. Ooh. And last but not least, it's gonna be a black matte. Holy cow! That colored is called, I don't know how to pronounce it. It's this guy right here. Purposely left this on here because there's a lot of fallout. I'm gonna dust it off first. Ooh. And I'm just gonna show you closely of all the swatches, and that's how it looks like. Some of them are easy to pick up pigment, some of them I had to really dig my fingers in, like this guy here, this Brown Sugar. But overall, it seems to be pretty good. It's on my arm. Colors are very pigmented. I'm just gonna use this mirror here because it's very handy, it's nice and large, and I can do my makeup here. So first off, I already filled in my brows, I carved it out, and I already put like a nice light shadow just for a wash. But for the sake of the video, I'm just gonna go ahead and go in with another color, and I'm gonna use the color Oats and just apply this on here, just a nice even wash. So I used the color Oats just for a wash on my lids. Now I'm gonna move on to Saddle. I'm just gonna warm up my crease. Oh, look at that. See, I'm picking up the color. There's a lot of fallout, so let's see how pigmented it will be. It's a soft transition. I just don't like this. Check this out. It's like so much. I don't know if you can see from like the side of the mirror here and the palette, it's just like super powdery. Well, I definitely picked up more color on this side. Let me even out this side a little bit. I'm gonna go in with that terracotta color, which I really, really love. So I'm hoping it's true to color, and I'm just gonna basically warm up the outer crease. Dug my brush into there. So far this is a really beautiful color. I think on camera it looks really orangey, but it's a beautiful transition. It's like, it is really creamy, I have to say. I just dislike how so much powder comes off. I feel like I don't need to be foiling like all my shadows, especially the matte finishes. I could understand for the satins or the chrome finishes, but not for the mattes. I don't know. Please comment below if some of you guys have this palette or swatch them and you kind of experience the same thing where you just dab it and like a lot of fallout's coming out because it's so powdery. I would like to know, please. So there aren't too many shimmer colors, but I think I'm gonna go for the color Coconut Shell. So far it's picking up really good onto my brush. There is no fallout. So far so good. I'm gonna add a little bit of the color Brick. The Brick is a little bit more of a satin finish, so you're not going to get that much of a fallout. I just want to apply this into the crease. I'm kind of creating like a halo effect in the center of my eyes. The color Burnt Umber, and I'm hoping this is not going to fall out as well. Of course, just a little bit. Take a little bit of the color Copper. I'm gonna put this in the center of the lids to brighten it up because the coconut shell was a little bit too taupey. Wow. Take the color Adobe, and I'm just going to feather this out. Color definitely gave a little bit of fallout here, which is totally fine. I'll wipe that off later. I'm gonna take a little bit of that matte black color. I'm gonna go back in with that color Brick. The colors just kind of faded a bit. So I'm gonna take that color Canvas and I'm just gonna highlight my brow bones. So this is the final look. I ended up using a lot more colors than I anticipated. It's just because these colors are so beautiful, I just didn't know what colors to use. I ended up using Canvas, a little bit of Oat, I used Terracotta, used a little bit of Brick, I used Coconut Shell, I used the black. I mean, I use and Saddle, so I use a good amount of colors. I really wanted to incorporate a smoky, warm, yet a little bit of a cranberry look to it. So I definitely just kind of mirrored what I did on the top with the bottom here. I kept it a little bit soft here, kind of winged out my liner a bit more than I usually do, but this is what I came up with, so I don't really have a name for this look. Overall, I do love these shadows. The color arrangement's excellent, 28 different shades for $68 and a nice palette with a large mirror. I did experience some little fallouts. Some of them I do need to foil, like the peach and the brown sugar. Definitely has more of a sheer type of finish, so I may need to foil them along with some of the satin finishes because I did experience some fallouts. Some of the matte shadows were a little bit powdery, which is fine, but the color payoff is excellent. I mean, I'm not gonna foil those matte shadows, but overall, it's a great palette to buy. This is my first time owning a Sephora Collections palette. I give this 4 out of 5 stars, and the reason is affordable. It's a large palette, 28 shades, you have a nice mirror, you can travel with it. It has a great color arrangement. So only thing I disliked was that it was a little bit of a powdery and fallout, but overall I can work with it. I can still foil them, so it's not a big deal. This is a great palette for starters, someone who wants a nice palette to work with. I mean, if you want something small, you can go ahead and get the Anastasia or the Heat palette, which has certain colors, so everyone has their preferences of colors. I am a makeup artist, so I do like large palettes like these I can work with. This actually works with a lot of complexions. So overall, again, 4 out of 5 stars, but I do highly recommend this. This is a great palette. I love how sturdy and like tough this is. This is great. The only thing I didn't like is that you can't fold this over like I mentioned in like all my videos. But that's just me because I just like to hold something in my hand and I can just be mobile. This palette is so like luxury that I don't feel like I need to have this folded over for this particular palette, just because you can stand this alone. It has a large mirror and it's just more for like yourself, you know? This launches today in stores and online, so go ahead and just go crazy and order it or buy them. Also comes in a cool palette and an artistry palette. I just steer towards more of the warm shades, so that's why I only got this one here. I hope you guys found this video helpful or useful in any way. If you guys did, please don't forget to give me a big thumbs up, and please comment below if you guys have this palette, if you guys enjoy this or have another palette that you guys want me to do a demo and review on. It doesn't have to be a palette, it could be anything. So I guess that is it. I hope you guys enjoy this and I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye!